What to expect in 2024 from this channel. This is Gavin Mehl. It's time to put a little bit of intent forward as to what's going to happen and give a little perspective on how it's going to play out and how I see it playing out. First of all, what you could expect here is my intent is to bring more podcast style interviews, more like conversational pieces with people that I find interesting. Not just health related or fitness related, people that are very, intellectual that I can respect and learn from, that have wisdom. And wisdom is nothing more than applied knowledge that's transformed into experience. So a wise man must have applied the knowledge and then had experience from that knowledge. And I want to learn from his experience. Education don't mean wisdom. To clarify that, all right? Just because you're educated don't mean you're wise. So, more people with wisdom that we could learn from. And Bitcoin space people. Bitcoin's going to be around to stay. When I mean Bitcoin, I'm talking about the genuine original Bitcoin, which will take back the ticker BTC, I believe, in the future, perhaps in this upcoming court case, most likely, and the name Bitcoin itself. So it's BSV blockchain is the brand right now. I'm talking about Bitcoin, and really that's the only digital asset that really has any long-lasting perspective, in my humble opinion. If that don't make it, then they're all going to fail. Everything will fail in digital assets and crypto space and all that, because that one has just the most amount of use and potential and is the most operating within the law and all their jurisdictional requirements within the courts. It's just completely well balanced because, anyways, that's the other thing. Talking about people about that, because I do believe it's the present, future, the past, and the future. In addition, you're going to see 100,000 subscribers. So 2024, it'll start happening fast. In case you haven't been following, I'd rather not make this bold claim yet. But, you may have noticed, for those who really been following this channel closely, is that I've been putting out daily videos. I did set a goal at the end of September of doing daily videos. I joined this little group with this Catherine and made a commitment to myself to do daily videos. So, man, I freaking did it, man, so far. So let me just continue that path every single day, and it's going to grow. It's one of those things. It's the law of increasing returns. It will grow to 100,000 no matter what if you just keep making daily videos, even if they suck. I'm not saying I'm going to make sucky videos, but I'm just saying daily videos are one of the most important things. Learn that from Casey Neistat. No doubt about it. The other thing to expect here is a wider variety of information. So, my experience right now in the profession of how would I say it, as a non-lawyer that I've talked about on other videos, is like highly unusual for most people to even comprehend. So, because I haven't been formally trained by the state bar, I do comprehend and fully respect and honor them and follow their procedures. I've been formally trained by them. I got trained by the what's called the street or fighting in the ring. That's how I got trained so far. Now I am pursuing formal education because I do believe in it, but at the same time, my training is kind of from the inside out as opposed to coming in from the outside in. It's really been very different. So from that perspective, the overall value that I could provide people on, the fundamentals of what's called freedom, how to get free, what freedom really is. Are you really free? Or are we in some sort of involuntary servitude? These are like questions that need to be answered, and they take some foundational things, but I think it's one of the most important things that could possibly be revealed is, are we really free, at least in the U.S.? And if not, how the heck do we get free? How do we have all of our, original rights that were entitled to us under the original founders' intents? Because in case you haven't been to court lately, like like when I first got thrown into court, I thought, oh, all these great rights, I was going to have all these great rights and I was going to get respected. And then when your face gets thrown down in the dirt and you get treated like a piece of property, you start to wonder, you're like, what's going on? Why do they treat me like property? I thought that I had some rights, What are you talking about, rights? You're nothing more than a piece of property. And you start getting treated like that. You're like, wow, this is crazy. What is going on? So anyways, I want to really go deep on not only the most, like the foundations of health and like what it's going to take to be ripped, aesthetic, shredded, overall mindset of greatness and intent. Okay. So, and I want to bring on people, man. I've got some messages out to some people that I respect right now. I have a vast network of people right now that I could bring on. So, but I've got some messages out there for people I want to start with and do some, interview podcast style things. And I'd like to make it more and more formal and more structured over time. There's a dude called Lex Friedman. He does a really good job, man. He had Jeff Bezos on, and he does a really good job on his podcast. I mean, it would be ideal to have something like that. We could have like an intellectual dialogue on all sorts of subjects and, chat it up, man, and go to town on different levels. Because there are, most people just don't know how to let people talk. And I just watch these. Friedman, he does a good job, pretty good job. But for the most part, when you have a highly educated and wise individual on with you, my intent is to let them share their wisdom so that I can learn. Because if my gums are moving, I ain't learning. So, I mean, now the tables are turned a lot and I got a lot to talk about as well. However, there's a time and place for it. So expect more of that. Some high value, high level people coming on that we can all learn from in their wisdom. All right. So if you like this idea, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment below. All right. I'm going to put a Bitcoin hand cash link in the description. You could send Bitcoin there. I'm going to have I will also put out in the future ways for how people can get into what I don't, the word Bitcoin. I don't want to confuse people. The BSV blockchain. Okay. I get confused with that other thing that's using the name Bitcoin. So don't get confused by that. But I will put out more content about and I'm trying to do like some sort of a affiliate or relationship with some of these companies that actually offer BitcoinSV, and I haven't been able to put that together yet. So I'd like to, but otherwise I'll put my hand cash link in there. People can figure it out how to do it from there, and you could donate there. If you get Bitcoin for the first time, BitcoinSV for the first time, be sure to send me one. Thank you for the guys who have. And, it's just the new world is coming. It's coming here and it's coming fast. So I would encourage everyone to at least get one BitcoinSV, no matter what they do, no matter what they think. Believe it, like it or not, it's less than $50. So don't be a fool. Get at least one. That's all. I'll see you on the other side at the very, very top. This is Gavin Mehl.